Alright, so it's been about 10 weeks into this class, and it definitely has been a lot different than I expected this class to be.
So, I'm 10 weeks into my food science and human nutrition class, and I'll be honest, I didn't really expect it to be this fun and engaging, but here we are.
In this semester, I took a class called Contemporary Nutrition, and I didn't know that it would actually be my favorite class I've taken at U of I so far. I'm not kidding when I say that we've literally eaten food every single day in this class while learning about the food that we're eating. Like, we walk into the spice box in Bevere Hall, and we get the food. We usually get a worksheet, and we just have to answer questions about the food. And I've genuinely learned so much more about nutrition and how to take care of my body in this class than any other class I've taken.
So you might be wondering, what even is FSHN120? It is a nutrition course that offers a lot of hands-on learning and provides students with very important nutritional facts that can be used on a day-to-day basis.
Opportunities for collaboration and hands-on learning. I really liked all the times we got to try new foods.
We've been doing the usual what I expected, the textbook work online, reading through things online, completing assignments. But then where it all changes is where we would jump in hands-on in the labs.
So this is actually our first day of class. You can clearly see there's some pineapple juice, and I think those were dried cherries. But we got to try so many different foods that day that I didn't even know existed. Some of them weren't great, but most of them were pretty good. that's cool. I think this also was that same day, but these are dried mangoes. These were phenomenal. This actually made me go buy some. I kind of figured maybe this was a thing, but I'd never tried it or was never interested in it. And it's literally on my snack basket in my room.
I was learning about the affordable recipes at the beginning of the year and learning how to make those recipes in class.
I really enjoyed doing the cheap food thing, especially the college student.
So since this is a nutrition course, we do have a lot of in-class activities regarding food, and we learn really cool things through these activities.
Making inexpensive food ideas that you can just make in the dorm, which are quick and easy but also nutritious. We would make the food, and we would also be able to eat it after we made it in class.
And we even did things like urine analysis to learn more about our own bodies, which was really interesting.
Actually completing a urinalysis in person, testing it and getting results within minutes in person in the lab is pretty shocking to me, and it's something that's different about this class. You get hands-on activities and hands-on experience every single week, and it's something new every week.
And I've also enjoyed being able to talk to all of my classmates, because you kind of get a different opinion about everything and put their ideas and your ideas together.
Plus, I actually really like the Kahoot at the every beginning of each class. It's a fun way to help us review what we have learned during the week without feeling stressful.
There's me sitting right there, and the Kahoots were one of the main things I really enjoyed about this class. I really liked how interactive they were. I also felt that Kahoot helped me understand and remember the information better.
This class makes learning fun and engaging. Each class we'd be doing a Kahoot, and Kahoots are just fun because you're able to learn the material, but in a way where it doesn't actually feel like you're forcing yourself to learn it.
These are really fun because something I missed from high school. We don't get to do that many Kahoots in college anymore, but it's just a fun way to learn and collaborate with your classmates. I put a picture here from a Kahoot where my friend William said it's a splash of chocolate or something, so I just thought it was funny. But
you get to meet people, and as an introductory course, many freshmen and sophomores are taking this course, so it allows you to dive into the university. And with it having people from applied health sciences, undeclared students, you're meeting people who are going to be going all across the university.
Another thing that stood out from this class from other sections is that it's all active. You aren't just sitting in a lecture hall listening to a professor talk for minutes on end. You're in discussions. You're doing hands-on experiments. There's always this wait what or your aha moment that comes in. So it's great.
Getting speakers coming in, academic advisors, being able to answer our questions about how do we even navigate our time here at the university. So that's really stood out to me.
Another really cool aspect of this class is that we have speakers come in and they talk about their jobs. For example, this was a nutritionist.
And then here's another picture from in class. I'm sitting right there, and this is when the McKinley dietitian came in, and I really enjoyed this because it made the information that we were learning in class seem connected more to real life than like textbook information.
I think the biggest thing I learned is that nutrition is not just about calling food good or bad. It's really about understanding what food does in your body and how small choices every day can affect our health over time.
Before this class, I kind of just ate based how I felt or was seemed healthy, but I didn't really understand what my body actually needed. Now I know how to roughly figure out how much nutrients I should be getting based on my weight and height and other body information.
So before knowing my daily recommended goal, I've been just eating foods I enjoyed, but now after knowing about my goals, I now know what foods I should be eating more often and what foods I should be avoiding more often.
Before this class, I think I was more likely to believe things I saw online or on food packaging. Now I stop and think more carefully about whether the claim actually makes sense.
Well, and how to balance our nutrition as a college student, because a lot of the time we kind of rely on like processed foods, and this class helped me find like healthier alternatives and made me become more aware on making like smarter choices with the limited time and money that I had. And it is something that I've been wanting to improve on coming into college.
It's just such a hands-on class, and it's very easy to learn when you're a tangible type learner.
It was really helpful to learn how to make new things and be able to use those in my everyday life.
FSHN120 different is that it's very interactive and hands-on, meaning that we actually apply a lot of the stuff that we're learning into our real lives.
For the first time in my life, I actually learned how to properly take care of my body.
Personally, one of my favorite parts about this class was learning to make easy at-home recipes that you can have in your dorm. These recipes included full protein, so they counted as a meal. One that I still make to this day included a tortilla, tuna packet, and beans. We also have really fun projects like arts and crafts, and even have some cute visitors.
What's also really awesome about this class is not only do we learn about food, but she also makes sure that we take care of ourselves and our mental health, because that's a part of our health. So one day we had a mental health day where the speaker came in and we got to do some paintings like this. Some people did some clay art structures. That's really cool. Peep, this was my clay structure I made.
That I love so much.
What stuck with me most is this. Food is not just something you eat and move on from. It connects to your energy, your habits, your stress, and your daily life. I think that idea made me pause because nutrition feels much more real to me now.
And I also learned not to trust the internet. Before this, I was just taking in everything the internet said and just believing it. But now I know not to do that. There's just so much false information out there, and now I can take what I've learned from nutrition class and apply that to my life instead.
How to read and question like what is on the nutrition label instead of just like believing what I see on social media about certain foods or what's on the label itself. I can actually understand what I'm putting into my body.
But this is one of those classes where I feel like anybody can take. It's really good knowledge for just an individual to know about their body. You don't necessarily have to be pre-health. I know a lot of people in my class were like pre-nursing or pre-med, but there was also a lot of undetermined majors in there. So really it's for anybody.
I've gotten to learn so many things through in-class activities, and I've gotten to meet so many amazing individuals.
I did one lab that really stood out to me, which was cooking food that are nutrient dense in your dorm. And that one really stuck out to me, and I still use some of the recipes that we learned there.
The classes are genuinely fun. We're eating food. We're talking to classmates while doing all of our work. Like we're actually applying what we learned. Also, the energy is just different. It's way more interactive than any other class I've taken. Not like just like a lab. Like we call it labs, but we're actually like having fun while doing schoolwork, while getting it done without even thinking about it, because we're actually living it and like eating the foods we're talking about.
Every class we have a unique activity, be it creating presentations, experimenting with food, or learning from guest speakers. It always maintains a fun atmosphere and is a great environment to learn and get to know your classmates.
This class, as you can see, is very different than any other class I've taken at U of I. It is very hands-on, very applicable to real life, and you're just always constantly learning things that will help you now in college and in the future.
I also learned about the importance of hydration throughout the day, keeping you focused and energized, and the importance of having a balanced, nutritious diet with protein and carbohydrates. I learned that cutting things out because you saw it on social media is not always the best option for you. It's important to talk to someone who knows what they're doing when making nutrition decisions regarding yourself.
So yeah, this class definitely surprised me. I have learned a lot more than I thought. And it's not about, like, you go into this class thinking that it's about memorizing vitamins and memorizing, like, food ingredients, but it's not. It's very hands-on, and you're genuinely learning real-life skills. Unlike other classes, you come out thinking, like, you didn't learn anything. I'm coming out of this class actually thinking I am bettering my life by taking this class.
Overall, I'd really recommend this class. The professor is great. The class is really fun. It's something I look forward to. It's probably my only class I look forward to going to.
It's not just class contact anymore. It's part of real life. What makes this section different is that it does not feel like a class where you're just memorizing facts for a test and forget them later. The reflection and the STEP project made me connect the courses to my own life. I had to look at my own habits, my own choices, and think about what they actually mean. That made the class feel personal and practical instead of distant.
Someone who would love this class is someone who just loves meeting people and trying new things. They would absolutely just love this class. You really get to bond with your classmates and try a lot of interesting foods. And I just love this class.
But also, people looking to make friends with their classmates, learn more about their own eating habits, and have something new to do every class period would gain a lot from this class.
It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like busy work. It feels like I'm actually learning something.
The professor's great. Everybody in the class is always super kind and friendly, and I've just overall learned a lot more in this class than most of my other classes because it is such a tangible learning environment. And the professor genuinely cares about you as an individual and doesn't look at you as just another U of I student. So if food science human nutrition fits into your schedule for your major, I would definitely recommend taking it.